Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and honored guests. Welcome to the 2026 Anne Arundel County Fire Department Awards Ceremony. On behalf of Fire Chief Wolford and Assistant Chief Schultz, I'd like to welcome you to the ceremony. I'm Battalion Chief Steve Orlowski, who oversees the Awards and Commendation Committee and will be your Masters of Ceremony this evening. The awards ceremony recognizes the outstanding achievements, acts of heroism, and dedicated service of those who have gone above and beyond to protect our communities and improve our department. Their hard work has not gone unnoticed, and it's through events like these that we can look back and show our appreciation and gratitude. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce the Anne Arundel County Executive Command staff. Fire Chief Tricia Wolford, Assistant Chief Lawrence Schultz, Chief of Staff Paul Cruz, Deputy Chief Greg Novak, Deputy Chief Thomas Young. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize a few special guests here with us. Chief Douglas Romali from the Annapolis City Fire Department, Battalion Chief Fred Rydell of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, Local 355. He's joining us through the YouTube link. Mr. Casey Cameron and Mr. Adam Palinkas from IAFF Local 1563. Mr. James Richmond from the Anne Arundel County Volunteer Firefighters Association. Mr. Bill Poteet and Ray Hardesty from the Anne Arundel County Retired Firefighters Association. And Assistant Chief Craig Blake from the Early Heights Volunteer Fire Company. At this time, I'd like to welcome Lieutenant Josh Pfeiffer to the podium to sing the national anthem.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lieutenant Pfeiffer, for that rendition of our national anthem. And I'm slightly disappointed in the audience that I did not hear one O. Come on, it's baseball season. All right. I would like to welcome Fire Chief Tricia Wolford to the microphone to kick things off for us.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? Oh, look at, there's like a good cheering section over here. It's Coleman family, isn't it? It is. Well, thank you all for being here this evening. This is a great celebration. I want you all to enjoy the evening, take pictures, cheer on your loved ones. When we do award ceremonies, to me, this is one of the most important things we can do for the membership. When we're out there on the street, whether you're in a paramedic role, an EMT role, a firefighter role, you hope that every call you can make a difference on. And sometimes there is an opportunity for a very unique call, and those differences that you make sometimes hit harder than others. And tonight we're gonna celebrate a lot of those unique calls where, because everybody is trained right, knows how to do the right thing, and always wants to do the right thing, we have an opportunity to really make a big difference in some people's lives. So I just want to say thank you all for everything that you do. To the family that took the time to be here, thank you for what you do every day that goes unnoticed. When our clinicians and firefighters come to work, we know that you all hold it down at home. And sometimes you'd probably rather be here at work than at home because the workload maybe is a little bit easier some days. So we thank you for being here with us tonight and supporting your loved ones. I'm incredibly proud of this department and of the work that everyone does. So with no further ado, we'll get started. And again, feel free, cheer on anyone you want to cheer for, come take pictures however you like. And then certainly at the end, we'll have an opportunity to be able to take pictures out back. And for those of you that are joining us live stream, thank you. We appreciate it. We are live streaming for anyone that didn't know that. So thank you to those that could not travel today and be here, but are joining us through that method. So congratulations again to all the awardees, and I look forward to seeing you on the stage.
Thank you, Chief Wolford. Without further delay, let's move on to why we're here, the celebration of awards. When we get to your award, please start making your way to the right of the stage while we read a brief summary. When your name is called, please move to the center of the stage to receive your certificate from Fire Chief Wolford and Assistant Chief Schultz. Firefighter Steve Bishop is in our audience tonight and will be taking pictures in between each award. Family and friends, you're also welcome and encouraged to move forward to get a picture. So starting with 2022. So the first group can go ahead and begin lining up. This event occurred on March 9th, 2022. Units were dispatched or reported residential dwelling fire with entrapment at 9 Greenwood Avenue in Glen Burnie. Crews arrived and found fire conditions on the first floor of a 1.5-story single-family dwelling. While conducting his 360, Lieutenant Benjamin Wolford observed a civilian from a window on the upper floor. She yelled for help and then disappeared from view. Crews immediately deployed ground ladders and searched the bedroom located on the upper floor. Crews were able to locate the victim among the smoke and fire. The rescue attempt was further complicated by high heat and hoarding conditions within the structure. The department would like to recognize Lieutenant Sean Coleman and Lieutenant Wesley Liberto with the Meritorious Conduct Award for their outstanding act that evening. We would also like to recognize the crew from Engine 261 with a unit citation, Lieutenant Joe Holland and firefighter Michael Corsilli. The crew of Truck 26 that evening, Lieutenant Sean Coleman, Lieutenant Wesley Liberto, and firefighter Scott Allen. The crew from Engine 311, Lieutenant Casey Snyder, firefighter paramedic Zachary Romanek, and the crew from Engine 321, Lieutenant James Heel, firefighter Michael Strickland, and firefighter Ty Nichols. On April 11th, 2022, units were dispatched to the 8200 block of Portsmouth Drive in Severn for reported dwelling fire. On arrival, crews found smoke coming from the first floor and second floor of a single-family dwelling, and neighbors were not sure of the status of the occupants. The crew from Rescue Engine 4 deployed a hand line, conducted a search, and removed the trapped occupant. The crews from Medic 4 and Engine 211 provided patient care and transport to the hospital. The department would like to recognize the following individuals at the unit citation for their actions at this fire. And I will give them 1 second to get lined up. From Rescue Engine 4, Captain Richard Garber, firefighter Ian Thomas, and firefighter Anthony Marisi. From Engine 211, Captain Tracy Hodges and firefighter Jason Stiltner. Moving ahead to 2024, dwelling fire with rescue. On March 1st, 2024, crews from Glen Burnie and surrounding areas were alerted for a dwelling fire in the 500 block of Kintop Road. Battalion Chief 1 arrived on scene first and observed the first floor of a single-family home flash over. Crews were alerted that an occupant of the home may still be inside. While hand lines were deployed to extinguish the fire, the crew from Tower 26 located an exterior access to the basement. Crews forced the door, conducted a search of the basement, and located one trapped occupant. The crew from Tower 26 removed the patient and gave them to the crew from Engine 121, who was assigned RIT, and Medic 26. The crews from Medic 26 and EMS 1 performed patient care and achieved ROSC and transported the patient. The department would like to recognize the following individuals with a unit citation for their actions on this call. Engine 121, Captain Bradley Schriefer, firefighter Nicholas Dooley, and volunteer firefighter Nathan Harris. And firefighter Nick DiPaolo. Sorry. From Tower 26, Lieutenant Brian Robertson and firefighter Jason Stiltner. And from Medic 26, firefighter paramedic Jacob Smith. On May 5th, 2024, Anne Arundel County Fire Department crews were alerted for a motor vehicle collision involving a bicycle. The patient, a 13-year-old child, suffered serious injuries due to the collision. The patient was unresponsive, had a pelvic fracture, a femur fracture, and a variety of internal injuries. Because of their quick action and teamwork, the patient made a full recovery. The department would like to recognize the following individuals with a unit citation for their actions at this incident. And I will give them all a second to line up. From Rescue Engine 23 that evening, firefighter Jason Greiner, firefighter Zachary Davinio, firefighter paramedic Dan Collum. From Medic 12, firefighter paramedic Caitlin Handy and firefighter Derek Brindle. From Medic 10, firefighter paramedic Gregory Hefner and firefighter Michael Reed. And from EMS 2, Lieutenant David Carrier. So if the following folks can go ahead and start to line up: Casey Snyder, Brandy Wilson, Travis Harrigan, Kevin Hinton, Saquon Aiken, and Elliot Horner. On September 10th, 2024, crews from Station 30 were dispatched for a dwelling fire. Units from the Brooklyn Park Station arrived on location to find a middle-of-the-group row home with visible smoke and fire. The fire was extending into the attached homes. Bystanders alerted crews to a possible person trapped in the structure. The crew from Engine 311 deployed a hose line to protect the crew from Truck 31 while they conducted the search. The crew from Truck 31 located and removed the trapped subject through a window as their means of egress was blocked by fire. Because of their quick actions and teamwork, the trapped citizen made a full recovery. The department would like to recognize Lieutenant Casey Snyder, firefighter paramedic Brandy Wilson, Lieutenant Travis Harrigan, and firefighter Kevin Hinton with the Exemplary Performance Award. Crews will also be receiving a unit citation that includes Lieutenant Casey Snyder, paramedic Brandy Wilson, Lieutenant Travis Harrigan, and firefighter Kevin Hinton. Kyle Carnaggio, Doug Romali Jr., Justin Plummer, Joel Dixon, Mark Prokopchak, Kristen Brindle, Brian Romali, and Jonas Brooks. If you can start to make your way forward. On the morning of July 16th, 2024, members of the dive team, consisting of members from Anne Arundel County and Annapolis City Fire Departments, were conducting their monthly dive training when they heard the Coast Guard alert all vessels of a plane crash in the Tread Avon River in Easton. Boat 8 and members of the dive team responded to the scene and found a plane submerged in approximately 9 feet of water with only the tail of the plane resting above the waterline. The team made a decision to deploy divers in an attempt to locate the pilot. Firefighter Kyle Carnaggio dove the wreckage and was able to locate the pilot who had succumbed to his injuries. The department would like to recognize firefighter Kyle Carnaggio with the Exemplary Performance Award. We would also like to present a unit citation to Lieutenant Doug Romali, firefighter Kyle Carnaggio, Lieutenant Joel Dixon, Lieutenant Mark Prokopchak, firefighter Jonas Brooks, firefighter Brian Romali, and firefighter paramedic Kristen Brendel. Joe McHugh, Benjamin Solier, James Sheehan, Robert Bonner, Steve Kamenar, Walt Scowden, Greg Scowden, Bradley Garner, Megan Griffith, and Tim Hortzman. On December 22nd, 2024, Engine 101 was dispatched to 16 Brookfield Road in Pasadena for a residential alarm. On arrival, the crew from Engine 101 found a single-family home with fire in the basement. Arriving crews were informed that the homeowner may still be in the structure. The crew from Engine 101, assisted by the crew from Rescue Squad 12, deployed a hand line, searched for, found, and removed the occupant. The patient was transported by Medic 30 and assisted by EMS 2. The patient would later be discharged from shock trauma. The department would like to recognize the following members with a unit citation: Lieutenant Joe McHugh, firefighter Benjamin Solier, and firefighter paramedic James Sheehan, Lieutenant Rob Bonner, firefighter Steve Kamenar, firefighter Walt Scowden, volunteer firefighter Gregory Scowden, firefighter paramedic Bradley Garner, and firefighter Megan Griffith. In December 2024, two individuals from the Code Enforcement section of the Fire Marshal's Office served as subject matter experts to help write the updated curriculum for MIFRE's fire inspector class. The department would like to recognize firefighter David Haight and firefighter June Zhang with the Chief's Individual Award. The Fire Explosive and Investigation Unit is comprised of 12 sworn law enforcement officers. The members of this unit not only complete the required fire and medical certification training needed to be firefighters, They also attend the 7-month-long County Police Academy and take over 300 hours of additional training in arson investigation. In 2024, the members of this unit made more than a dozen felony arrests for arson. The department would like to recognize the following members of the unit with the Fire Chief's Unit Award: Captain Michael Halpern, Lieutenant Neil Kinnear, Investigator Matthew Winchell, Arson K-9 Jesse, Investigator Colin Orsini, Investigator Christopher Cleary, Captain Marcus Wallace, Lieutenant Brian Christopher, Investigator Craig Toole, and Investigator Matthew Kuzer. If I could get Firefighter Richard Mullins, Lieutenant Griffin Schmidt, Firefighter Drew God, Firefighter Clayton Johns, Lieutenant Kenny Phillips, Firefighter Michael Greenhawk, and Firefighter Robert Ranson to start to line up, please. Congratulations. 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 See you, buddy. Hey, how are you? Hey. Hey, congratulations. On July 6th, 2025, at 3:31 in the morning, units were dispatched to the 1100 block of Crane Highway North in Glen Burnie for the reported structure fire with an occupant trapped. Engine 331 arrived to find a 2-story single-family dwelling with fire venting from multiple doors and windows. County police officers on location reported that one occupant entered the home looking for his son. The police officers confirmed one occupant was in the kitchen. However, they had to back out due to smoke and heat conditions. Hearing this information, firefighter Richard Mullins entered the structure alone in attempts to rescue the trapped occupant. Firefighter Mullins had to exit the structure due to the heat conditions. When he exited, his turnout gear was off-gassing and parts of it were on fire. Firefighter Mullins patted out the flames, ignored his own burn injuries, took the hose line, and entered the structure to try to make the rescue. After completing his 360-degree survey of the structure, Lieutenant Griffin Schmidt assisted Firefighter Mullins with advancing the hose line and locating the occupant trapped in the kitchen. Firefighter Drew Geib entered the structure to meet up with his crew when he found the crew of Engine 331 attempting to extinguish the fire and remove the trapped occupant. Firefighter Geib and Lieutenant Schmidt started to remove the occupant. The crew from Engine 181 met them at the side door and assisted with removal of the occupant. Lieutenant Schmidt went back and joined Firefighter Mullins in extinguishing the fire. For their actions on this incident, the fire department would like to present the Heroic Conduct Award to Firefighter Richard Mullins. Lieutenant Griffin Schmidt will be receiving the Meritorious Conduct Award. Firefighter Drew Geib and Firefighter Clayton Johns will receive the Exemplary Performance Award. And the crew from Engine 181, consisting of Lieutenant Kenneth Phillips, firefighter Michael Greenhawk, and firefighter Robert Ranson, will receive a unit citation. If Samson Matthews, Lucas Thompson, and Joshua Maces could start to make their way to the stage. All right, if everybody from fire alarm could begin to make their way to the stage. So Chief Wilkeson, Captain Simon, Antoine Chambers, Eric Wright, John Hinkle, followed by Lieutenant Bowen, Horrigan, Brandon Freestat, Chelsea Goff, Victoria Gallen, Lee Morris, Heather Rogers, and Jared Wood. A county-wide cyber event took place on February 22nd, 2025, disrupting all computer operations, necessitating a weeks-long transition to manual workflows. The Information Management Division, or IMD, faced the brunt of this challenge. Responsible for vital applications like Active 911, Telestaff, and CAD, IMD and fire alarm personnel successfully transitioned to paper-based tracking and dry erase boards. Throughout the crisis, the IMD team balanced the demands of these analog operations with the technical task of restoring the department's digital infrastructure. The department would like to recognize the following individuals with the Chief's Individual Award: Division Chief James Wilkeson, Captain Sean Simon, and Mr. John Hinkle. The on-duty crew from that day will receive the Chief's Unit Award. They are Lieutenant Matthew Bowen, FCOs Brandon Freestat, Chelsea Goff, Victoria Galland, Lee Morris, Heather Rogers, and Jared Wood. Okay. I don't care. I'll just start reading the rest of the names. Yes, ma'am. The following individuals assisted during the outage and will receive a unit citation: Captain Sean Simon, Lieutenant Robert Bonner, Lieutenant Matthew Bowen, Lieutenant Sean Coleman, Lieutenant Ryan Culp, Lieutenant Jennifer McKee, Lieutenant Joseph Moninghoff, Lieutenant David Pennell, Lieutenant Douglas Romali, Firefighter Morgan House, Firefighter Gregory Shin, Firefighter Philip Tyler. FCOs, Jennifer A. Jennifer A. See, everybody laughed. You know exactly who I'm talking about. And I apologize. I was not going to butcher your name. Stephen Bernard, Lucy Goff, Victoria Galland, Elena Kelly, Jeffrey Martin, Lee Morris, Jasmine Oldham, Kristen Riley, Angela Risley, Heather Rogers, Christina Severa, Abigail Webb, and Jared Wood.
Sit, kneel, bow, and stand. Let's go. Tall in the back, bend in the front. Let's go.
Thank you. So we had already called them. He came across, so we'll just have to catch up with him. So Wilkinson has the ones with your actual names on them. It is a lot. Nope, we're good. You can take your seat, yes. Obvious, all of you either work in emergency services or related to somebody in emergency services. So while it looked like we had the entire staff of fire alarm up here, I'd like to give special recognition to those that weren't able to attend because they are on duty. So it's a 24/7 operation, so they're still working in fire alarm. Before we conclude this evening, there are some people we'd like to recognize for their assistance in preparing for this evening's ceremony. I'd like to recognize the following individuals for all their hard work setting up this event. If you could stand to please be recognized. Executive Assistant to the Fire Chief, Christine Johnson. From Fire Department Human Resources, Michelle Falcon-Antal. And from the PIO team, firefighter paramedic Don Klein, firefighter Steve Bishop, and Lieutenant Matthew Marsiglia. A special thank you to the Awards and Commendation Committee for their hard work. A lot of time, thought, and debate go into recognizing our personnel. Thank you for coming this evening. Please travel home safely. Congratulations, and thank you again. If you'd like to, please feel free to come forward to take pictures on a stage. We just ask only a few folks at a time. Lieutenant Heel, if you're still here, if you could come to the stage.
Vicky, baby, let's go. Let's get some food. Get a treat, go home. Yes, ma'am. They were hot mic earlier, so I moved off the stage. That way, those conversations. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No, you're okay.
You seen my picture? I think Ben has it.
Oh, I'm holding the jacket food. It's me? Thank you. I said it's good. I'm looking. Get a picture of Orioles like it's a dog. Yep. You're cute. I think we should. Right. Blue lights. It is.
Yeah, but this way. Falling too.
I see what with that.
Going this way.
I don't know.
Hey, what's your
Yeah, that's,
question?
I don't know, but that's what someone was like in my from my med school. You were like, accounting like
This way to the dressing room.
tremendous.
They're not like sprinting out. Oh, okay.
I got my paper.
Sorry about that.
No, that's not your fault. Sorry.
Hey, see you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
Was that?
The fags are frozen flags.
Yes.
I know. It took my spot on the internet. I don't know where they was like an hour before it's happening.
Back to work with me?
No, it's not.
I was at the Grantham.
Going home.
Yeah. He looked real happy. I was on the truck on that one. Yeah. Yes.
Your number. It's already finished.
Where?
Mom,
Go this way.
once we're done, it won't come up. Do that.
Nope, go this way.
Oh my goodness. Jimmy John, see we know it works. He doesn't mess around. I'm surprised he doesn't have like wheels.
Watch your step right there.
Hey, you don't take the orders from Donnie. You give Donnie orders.
Because Mama asked you not to. Don't say that word. Surviving, no thriving. Not thriving at all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you so much.